Hello folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are in the Python basic series for beginners and our today's topic will be nested for loops. So to understand nested for loops, we will be solving this problem today. Write a program to display the following pattern. Now let's see how we can solve this problem. So first what we will do is first we will try to develop an approach to solve this problem. If you observe this pattern carefully, you will be able to develop a logic that in first row there is one star, in second row there are two stars, in third row there are three, in fourth row there are four stars, then in fifth row there are five stars. So this is called as a pattern. Once you observe this pattern, then we will try to visualize how we can solve this problem. So to solve this problem, what I will do is one thing I am pretty sure of, that rows is equal to 5 here. Why I'm writing it like this is I'm trying to convert this problem into a row and column problem. So if I am able to number the rows somehow, then I would be able to print the stars in that rows and columns accordingly. So total number of rows here is 5, all right, and you can see here that if we number these rows, then if we number it from 1, it will be 1 to 5. If we number it from say 0, then it will be 0 to 4. And if in first row we have to print one star, in second row two stars, and so on. However, if you notice carefully, if we talk about columns, in first row we are printing star in first row and first column. Rest of the four columns we are leaving it. In second row we are printing stars till second column. Third row we are printing star till third column, then fourth column, and then fifth column. A column. Then our next job is to iterate over each and every row. Okay, so I will write a code to iterate over each and every row. I need a loop. So here I will use for loop for I in range, right? Range what? If I want to start from 1 comma rows plus 1. Why is it rows plus 1? Because if the range starts from 1 and ends on rows, only rows, that is 5, then it will be 1 to 4, that is 4 rows. Because in range function, the uh, the mentioned range, that here it is rows plus 1, 6. So 1 to 6, 6 will be excluded and actual rows will be 1 to 5. So this is the for loop that we need for rows. Okay, then we'll need one more for loop to iterate over each and every column, that inside a particular row till what number of columns you want to proceed and print star. So for j in range, for change here I will start the iteration from 0. So 0 till where I have to go, till I means till the row numbers, because in first row I want to print one star, in second two, then in third three, and so on. So due to that pattern I have kept the range till I, right? Then again inside that loop what we want to do, we want to print star. Print star here. Okay, just put it in a string, comma, and is equal to space. As we already know that print function prints whatever string or whatever is to be printed in a fashion which is line by line, in the sense, if I print star for two times, it will print star, then the next star it will print on next line. Such is the way the printing happens with the print function by default. However, we want these stars to be next to each other, or you can say to be printed adjacent to each other, and there should be a space in between them like this. So for the space we have written space here, end is equal to space here. So if you write like this, star will be printed next to each other. And then this is for the column, and in the rows, if you want to go to the next row, so there you will write a default function. You don't want to print anything. Once you get a column number, only then you will print. In rows you just want to go to the next row. So this is how your program will look like. First let's check if we get the desired output, and then we will go through step-by-step execution. Yeah, so we are getting a desired output. Now let's see this step-by-step execution. in Python tutor. Let's take this code, let's put it here, and now let's execute. Select 3.11. Okay, visualize. So I don't want this ads. Yeah. So here, first we have defined a variable rows, that is 5. You can see here, got stored 5 got stored in rows. And for I in range 1 to rows plus 1. Okay, next. So I became 1 because first iteration will start and the loop was initiated by I is equal to 1. Then and so on. Alright. So it should go till I. That is what? Row number. Then print star and then end. This end is to print star adjacent to each other. That is this one. As by default, the print method doesn't support this kind of printing. It prints line after line. So if I would have not mentioned this, then it would have printed star like this. I'll just show it to you. It would have printed star something like this. Star, then if it was second row, it would have printed like this if I keep it by default. But I don't want the star to be printed like this. I want it to be horizontal pattern. So I have given end is equal to colon colon, double quotes and space in between, because there is a space as well. After that, print. In print, go to the next line, that is in the next row. So for that, this print is there. So next, if I do a next, you can have a look. J is equal to 0. So ith row, that is the first row, and 0th column, what you want to do, you want to print this star. Now the execution goes here. It will check. The range was from 0 to 1. That is, actually it will go only for the 0th column and it will exit. So the inner for loop will exit at this point, and it will print the next statement, that is in outer for loop. At this point in time, the cursor will go to the next line. Here it is not visible, but right now the execution is on the next line. Now for I in range 1 to rows plus 2. Alright, again this loop will start executing. Now I will increment and become 2. So um, for j in range 0 to 2, that is, it will j will go for 0th column and first column, that is 0 comma 1 is the actual range. Print star and end, again the same thing. So I'll just click next. You could see here first star got printed, and this time it did not come out of loop because it printed for the first column. Second column is still left. It will print in the second column and then it will exit the inner loop, go to the next. With this print statement, it will go to the next row and it will start checking for the outer loop again. Now this time, at this point of time, or you can say at this line of execution, I will be incremented to 3. Okay, so you can see here I got incremented to 3. The range will change, that is 0 to 3. So j is for columns, so it will check for 0 to 3 columns. 0 comma 3, that is 0 1 and 2, 3 excluded. Again it will print all the stars. Look at this. So um, at this point it will take 3 iterations for 0th column, for first column, and for second column. Okay, so you could see the red arrow, it will revolve around these two lines, that is the inside for loop. And after the star is printed in third column, it will exit out of it. It will go to the next row by using this print. Again it will check for the outer for loop. I is I is in the range, so I got updated to 4. Yeah, okay, so it's still in the range. For j in range 0 comma 4, so 0 comma 4 is 0 1 2 3. Now this time 0 1 2 3 means in the 4 columns it will print star. So the inner loop will run for 4 times. Look at that, it just runs for 4 times. After the fourth star is printed in the fourth column, it will exit the loop. Now once it exits the loop, again it will go to the outer loop, and now I will become 5. Okay, so now I becomes 5, 0 to 5, that is actually 0th column to the 4th column. So it will iterate 5 times now, and after iterating for 5 times and printing star in all 5 columns, in the fifth row it will the control will exit out of inside for loop, and it will go to the next row. Then it will check the condition again for I in 1 to 1 to 6. So 5 was already done. Now let's see what happens. So here it is. It stops. It comes out because it has done running all the 47 steps. So around 47 steps were required to print this kind of output. Okay. So this is about what nested for. You could see a for loop inside a for. So this is your outer for. This is the inner for loop, and we try to print a pattern. This is how you actually print it. In case you require a number of rows to be taken from user, you could just mention here int input. That will provide you the flexibility to print the number of rows that you want. Suppose if I want 7 number of rows and the same pattern to be printed, I can get it this way. So it's just a variation. That's the reason why we took here row plus 1. We directly did not mention that 5 plus 1, that is 6 over here. Okay, we could have mentioned, we could have taken 5 directly, and sorry, we could have taken 6 directly over here, that is 5 plus 1 is 6, but we did not because we wanted to generalize for any number of rows. All right, so this is all about nested for, that is for inside a for, and on each and every step what all things are executed. So that's all about nested for. See you in the next video. Thank you very much.